Hi, and welcome back to Photograph the Magic. I'm Carrie, I'm a photographer, and I love traveling to the Disney parks. Here on YouTube, I share photo tips to help you take great photos of your Disney vacations so you can come home and relive those memories for years to come. I've also started posting Disney ambiance and would you rather videos for you to watch while you're working, packing, or just dreaming of your next Disney vacation. Today, I'll be sharing how to take great photos or videos when you meet characters at Walt Disney World. Recently, I took each of my kids on their own mom and me trip. And during my daughter's trip, we met over 30 characters in just a few short days. So to start, I want to share the different ways you could possibly meet characters at Disney and your photo options when you meet them. And then I'll share some photo and video tips I learned from meeting all those characters. From what I figured out, there are about 6 ways to meet characters at Walt Disney World right now. The first way is the typical stand in line to meet a character at the parks. There are characters at each park, and you can wait in a queue to meet them. You can find which characters are meeting where and the wait times on the My Disney Experience app. These character meets can be indoor or outdoor. During my recent trip, I noticed that most indoor character meets had a camera in a box near a wall that took our photos instead of an actual live Photopass photographer. We noticed this for the princesses like Rapunzel and Tiana at Magic Kingdom and Star Wars characters like BB-8 and Chewbacca at Hollywood Studios. I honestly have no clue how these photo boxes work, but I felt like the quality of the photos were actually way better than I expected. I really liked some of them. Then after you meet the characters, you can scan your Magic Band or your Key to the World card to get the photos linked to your My Disney Experience app where you can view the photos later. The characters who meet outside, like Joy or Mrs. Incredible at Hollywood Studios, did have a Photopass photographer with them, and those photos also always turn out really, really well. The second way to meet characters is at a character dining, like breakfast at Topolino's or lunch at Garden Grill, which we did both. For those interactions, there are no Photopass photos or Photopass photographers available, but there are incredible cast members who are amazing, and they will always offer to take your cell phone and take any kind of photo or video that you request during your interaction. The third way to meet characters at Walt Disney World is special if you have a Disney Visa credit card. There are 2 special Disney Visa credit card meet and greet areas. One is at Epcot with Mickey and Friends, and the other one is at Hollywood Studios at Launch Bay, where you can meet certain Star Wars characters. We met Darth Vader here on my last trip. When I have gone, there have been real live Photopass photographers in each of those locations, not the photo boxes, and I've gone to these about 3 times in the last year. Of course, with the Photopass photographers, you get really awesome, really sweet interaction photos, and I always prefer the Photopass photographer photos, but again, like I mentioned, the photo boxes gave better photos than I anticipated. In order to have your photo taken here, you do have to show your Disney Visa credit card. So if you try going in and you don't have a Disney Visa card, you won't be able to have the meet and greet with the characters here. But I will say I have lots of perks for my Disney Visa card, so you might want to try to apply for one before you go on your next trip. The fourth way to meet characters at Walt Disney World is by walking around the parks, you might just bump into a character. So over at Hollywood Studios, I have met Frozone, The Mandalorian, and Rey. There are no Photopass photographers walking around with these characters, but there were cast members that were very clear that there are no lines forming to meet these characters, that if the Mandalorian wanted to come up and chat with you, he would. So it's kind of tricky because it's not a great guarantee that you'll get to meet those characters or hug those characters. It's sort of random or by chance if they come up to you and chat. These interactions are quick and really happen by chance. So if meeting Frozone or the Mandalorian is high on your list, you can still find these meet and greets on the My Disney Experience app. You can filter by park and then look at the list for which character you're looking to meet. When you select the character you're looking to meet, it will show the times and the approximate location where the character will come out, which is super helpful. So for Rey, if you go wait over in that spot at 5:30, she would likely come out right there, right exactly at 5:30. And just remember, it's not a total guarantee that you'll get to actually interact with or meet the character, but if you go wait over there at the time the app describes, you will definitely get a sighting of that character. All right, the fifth way to meet characters at Walt Disney World is actually at your Disney resort. On my most recent trip with my son, we stayed at Riverside and we noticed that there were signs in the lobby showing what times characters might appear. We saw the character bus pull up, but unfortunately, we didn't have a chance to wait and see them because we were heading to the awesome pool. I am guessing that there will not be Photopass photographers with the characters at the Disney resorts, but I did not see them to be able to confirm or deny that. So if you have seen characters in your Disney resort lobby, let us know in the comments. Are there Photopass photographers there, or are they just kind of walking around and saying hello? So if you have any experience with that, let us know in the comments how it went for you. All right, and the sixth way that I figured out how to meet characters is specifically a way to meet Belle at Magic Kingdom. This, in my opinion, is the most sweet way to meet Belle, and specifically, this is at Enchanted Tales with Belle at Magic Kingdom. At Enchanted Tales with Belle, the kiddos and sometimes adults are chosen to put on a little story or a reenactment for Belle. And any of the children chosen to be involved in this reenactment will have their photo taken at the end of the play with Belle by the Photopass photographer. My daughter was chosen to be the Beast, and it's easily my most favorite character interaction I've ever gotten to see. Since the Photopass photographer is there, they were taking photos of the entire show, and then of course the photos after of the kiddos with Belle are so sweet. So if your child wants to meet Belle and take a photo with her, be sure to have them volunteer to be in the show so they can take a photo with her after. I'm not quite sure if they allow other people in the audience to go up and take photos with Belle after. I believe that children have to be in the show or volunteer to play a part to be able to have that photo with Belle after. So those are the 6 ways to meet characters at Walt Disney World right now. Did I forget any? If so, let me know in the comments so we can share the knowledge with everyone. All right, so now let's move on to some photo tips while you're meeting the characters. The first 2 tips I have start before you even leave your home for your Disney vacation. Before you leave, think about what you want to do with the photos or videos you take with the characters after your vacation. Do you want to take videos to be able to string together all your clips and have one long vacation video when you get home? Do you want to have photos to make a book or photos to frame? Do you want photos to share on social media? Deciding what you want to do with those photos or videos before you even leave for vacation will be super helpful because it will help you prepare for how you want to use your camera or your phone during those character interactions. If you're thinking of taking video, decide if you want it to be vertical or horizontal. If you take the footage in all of the same direction, it looks really clean and nice when you put it all together. In this video, you can see that I have horizontal and vertical videos. And if all the clips I have were horizontal, it might make the video look a little bit nicer. But when I went with my daughter, I decided ahead of time to take all of the videos vertically so that I could get close and have my daughter and the characters really fill the frame of the video. If you are thinking about having photos for Instagram or a photo album, maybe think about what direction you prefer the photos to be in. Do you like to have vertical photos or horizontal photos? That way you'll have the idea in your head for the final product when you go up to meet the character. Whatever option you think would be best for the types of photo or video you want, it's also a really good idea to practice a little bit before you even leave home. Grab your phone, grab your camera, play around with it a little bit, and be sure you're really comfortable with whatever settings you think you want to use and just play around with it for a bit. The second thing to do before you even leave for your vacation is decide if you will be purchasing Memory Maker. If you're not quite sure what Memory Maker is, I have a whole video explaining all about it, so you can check that out as well. This was a big mistake I made on our last vacation. I decided to not buy Memory Maker before we left because I thought all the photos and videos I would take would be plenty and that I wouldn't need any more. But when my daughter ended up meeting so many characters, we had so many amazing Photopass photos that I could not pass it up once we got home. So the benefit of purchasing Memory Maker before you leave for your trip is it's about $15 cheaper if you buy it before you leave for your vacation, or if you decide to buy it while you're on vacation or after, it's about $15 more. So if you want to save a couple bucks and you know that you're going to buy Memory Maker, be sure to buy it before you leave for your vacation so you can save a little bit of money. Okay, the next thing to do is to plan out which characters you plan on meeting. When you get to Disney and you get to the parks you're visiting, make sure to have a list of the characters you want to meet each day. You can do this research before you leave for your trip. You can look on the My Disney Experience app to see where the characters are and the approximate times that they meet at. You can also watch the wait times just to kind of have an idea of how long it might take. When I went with my daughter in December, the average wait time to meet characters was around 30 minutes. The shorter character lines were actually the outdoor characters at Hollywood Studios. We only waited a couple minutes to meet Sully and Mrs. Incredible and Fancy Nancy. But all of the characters at Magic Kingdom had about a 30 to 35 minute wait time. So looking ahead and getting the characters you want to meet scheduled into your day with the parks that those characters meet at and the approximate times that they meet will help ensure you to be able to meet them and then take really great photos with them. All right, now when it's your turn to meet the character, the cast member who is helping you into the room to meet that character will remind you to have your autograph book out, your cameras out, and everything ready to go so that when it's your turn to meet the character, all you have to do is walk in and say hello. So this is the time to think back about your photo goals and think back about what you want to do with these character photos when you get home. Do you want to just let the Photopass photographers take all your photos so you don't have to worry about it? Are you going to be taking a video? Whatever your goals are, this is the time to get your camera out or your cell phone out and have everything in the exact settings that you want so that when it's your turn to meet the character, you can just walk right up and start taking photos or videos of that interaction. And when it is your time to meet the character, never be shy to give your phone or your camera to the cast member to take photos for you. They are incredible at taking photos of guests with the characters. If you have a specific photo in mind or a specific video that you're looking to get, if you let the cast member know what you're looking for or what you hope to have them capture, they will do an awesome job to do everything they can to get that photo for you. So don't be shy to just spend a second or two and give them very specific directions on how close you want them to be or what you want them to photograph or video during that moment. Because honestly, every single cast member I've interacted with, every single cast member that's used my phone to take photos for me has been so attentive and so incredible at taking multiple photos, making sure that they're capturing what I'm asking for. It's just really incredible to have that attention to detail by someone else that isn't in your group. It really does make for a very, very easy experience. And remember, you don't have to buy Memory Maker or Photopass to have the cast member take photos of you on your own cell phone. All right, my next tip is just a couple little things I want to share about video and photos in general. So when you're taking photos, don't be shy to move around and get a lot of different angles. If you have a real little one and the character sits down on the floor with them, don't be shy to go really, really close to them. You can photograph from above them or you can photograph from their eye level. You can get some really awesome photos if you change the angle of your lens or of your camera. That will work for video or photos. And then for video, I just wanted to share something I learned. Using my cell phone for the character interactions of my daughter, I did not realize how poor the audio quality was going to be. The character interactions happen in a room where there are a lot of other people. When we met the princesses over at Magic Kingdom, there are two princesses meeting two separate families in the same room. So there's just a lot of noise going on, and I wasn't standing close enough for my phone to pick up the audio when my daughter was meeting the characters. So just a tip that if you want to be sure to have the audio of the interaction, you're just going to have to stand really, really close to your child or your family member meeting the character to be sure to pick up that audio of their meeting. And that goes right along with another video tip I have. I always recommend when you're taking video, no matter what you're taking video of, to use your body to zoom in by walking closer to your subject or the person or things that you're videotaping rather than using the actual zoom on your cell phone. It can sometimes just look a little shaky, and I'm sure you've probably seen videos of someone who has zoomed in where it's kind of like, it just kind of makes you feel a little seasick for a second. But if you walk really slowly towards the area that you're trying to zoom in on, then the video is going to look a lot more smooth, a lot more professional. It's just going to look really, really nice to use your body by walking to get closer to the person or the thing that you're videotaping, because it just looks a lot nicer that way. This next tip is for families, assuming your little ones are the ones meeting the characters. If your kiddo is meeting a character, my biggest recommendation is to let your child and the character lead the interaction. If your kid is nervous, it's so easy and so natural for us as moms to jump in and want to help them feel comfortable by talking to the characters for them, or telling our kids it's okay, or telling them just to smile, look over here, smile. But the characters are absolutely incredible in creating special moments with all the visitors. So I recommend just trying to trust the process, even if your little one is a little shy and not walking right up to the character. If you sit back and just give the character a few seconds, your child might go up to them and you might have even more incredible photos than you could have imagined. Photos almost always turn out better when people are more relaxed versus the photos where we are being asked to smile in a situation where we're nervous or uncomfortable. So instead of telling your kiddo to smile, let the interaction unfold naturally, and you might get photos that are better than you could have even expected. If your child is nervous to meet the characters or doesn't really know what to say, you could come up with a couple questions to ask the characters you meet. On one trip, my daughter asked a few characters what their favorite food was, which was really fun and broke the ice. On this most recent trip, my daughter actually made cards for each of the characters we met. She would either make them little sticker cards or just write out a little message for them. And it made every single interaction so special and so sweet. You could tell the characters were so excited to get this little gift from her, and it made her feel so special and so appreciated. And she still asks if Mickey has my card that I made for him, and it's just really, really cute. I know a lot of people do character signatures or autographs, so just having something extra to break the ice is a really fun way to get really cute interaction photos. All right, next, this tip will help make sure that you walk away with photos you really like. So if there's a character or an interaction that's extremely important to you, if you have the cast member use your cell phone to take pictures, my biggest advice is to don't be shy and just take an extra second at the end just to quickly open up your photos and look through the photos taken before you leave that character interaction. This is your chance to meet that character, and taking 5 extra seconds just to quickly peek through the photos on your phone and be sure they look good can save you a lot of frustration. It is such a bummer when you walk away from a character interaction all excited and happy, and then look at your photos later and realize that somebody's eyes were closed or somebody had a funny expression on their face and you wish you could redo your photo. So double checking your photo when you're there with the character in the moment before you walk away. And if the photos aren't what you like, just ask the cast member to take a couple more quick photos really fast. I promise it'll only take a couple seconds, but that way you'll prevent a lot of frustration if you're not liking how the photos look later. So again, don't be shy to take just 5 extra seconds before you walk out of the room with the character to take a quick peek at your photos, make sure they look okay. All right, so now once you've met your characters, you've had some awesome interactions, you have some awesome photos or videos on your phone, now it's time to take a peek at those and kind of decide what you want to do with them. I tend to go in and edit my photos and videos before I print my pictures or make a video edited together. For my photos, I use the Lightroom mobile app, and I have a lot of presets which I use. For video editing, I use the app InShot. I love it. It is super easy to use. That's what I'm editing this video on, and that's how I created my video for my daughter from our mom and me trip in December. And now that you have your photos or videos from your character meets, don't forget to either order your photo book or frame your photos or share your videos with your family and friends. I think the most wonderful thing about Disney trips is how much you can talk about them afterwards and for how long. My family and I go on a lot of vacations. We go up north in Wisconsin a lot, but my kids, we just don't talk about those vacations all through the year. We talk about our Disney vacations constantly. Disney is a place that you create lifelong memories with your family and your friends, and it's just such a magical place to be. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this has helped with your character photos. If you have any character photos that you take at Disney, if any of these tips have helped, feel free to tag me on Instagram. I'm at photograph_the_magic. Otherwise, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have any other questions. Please don't forget to follow along and like this video so that you can be notified of any future videos I make. Thanks, friends. Have a great day. Bye.